What? What's going on? Who's that? Nerve. Come to the mount. No, away! Get away from... Terrible nightmares, Valor? No, I'm fine. I guess it's been a while. Guess you have orders for me? Oh, well, since you want to talk business, good morning. Let's see here. Since you've been asleep there, I kind of thought it over, and I want you to interview these 3 informants in Vivek City concerning the Nerevarine, the 6th house first, and the 6th house. First, I want you to speak with Adhirer Akajit, the Thieves Guild operative. Second, I want you to speak to Hulia, an Argonian in the Morag tongue. Finally, I want you to speak with Maramilo, Temple Priestess. I've written the details down so you won't forget. Here are 200 drakes for bribes and other expenses. Alright. I mean, I've been to Vivek before. I've, been through with the Mages Guild a few times. They don't really like me because of my affiliations with House Redwin, I suppose. Let's see here. 3 informants, Thieves Guild operatives in St. Holmes. Let's see here. The Argonian, I can find him in Black Shawl Corner Club. Hey, I think that's in the foreign quarter. Yeah, it looks like it. Then Maramilo, Temple Priestess, Hall of Wisdom. Do not ask anyone at the Hall of Wisdom and Justice about Maramilo. Yeah, I suppose I should look around. She might be in the library, so... Anyways, I should probably make my way to the Mage's Guild.
Speak, traveler.
That was a weird dream. I mean, that figure in the golden mask, I think I've seen him before. When I was handling those ash statues, but... Could that be connected? No. I don't know why I'm having these weird visions. And he seemed to only utter one word, just Nerevar. Isn't that the cult I'm investigating? Something strange going on.
Go away.
I'm Maslin Marilyn, the Brighton Guild Guide. Provide transportation instantaneous. Yeah, just take me to Vivek. Okay, 13 septims. Ooh, getting expensive.
What?
Alright, well, here in the foreign quarter, I might be able to find Hulia. If I, find this Black Shawl Corner Club.
So what do you want?
I do think it would be easy to find this place because I think I've been here before. Or at least seen it before. Though, I wonder what possible connections that figure in the gold mask could have with the Nerevarine cults, and I mean, could it have something to do with the 6th house?
Speak, traveler.
Silly proposition, I don't think so. It'd be just a mere coincidence if that were the case. So this side's Jabosh's rare books. Haven't been there quite yet, but you know.
I'm waiting.
Now this here's Black Shawl Corner Club. Alright.
You talk too much.
You seem like an
Speak
Argonian fellow.
freely. Why do you disturb me?
I welcome you as the friend of my friend Valor Dreth, but I wish you to go to my friend's bookstore, and these troublesome fools are in the way. I have tried to persuade them, but they hate my race, and I fear there will be violence. Perhaps if you speak with them, but be careful and be ready. Oh yeah? How troublesome are they? Well, the sight of a free Argonian offends these racist thugs. It would tarnish my Moraktong honor to slay them, and I don't want to trouble my friend Sarlis Golmais by the fighting in his club, but I must go to my friend's bookstore, where we can talk in peace. If you have a way with words, perhaps you can talk to them, or if you have a way with money, they might be brought otherwise. I fear there must be bloodshed. Where's your bookstore? Well, my friend Jabasha the Kapjit has a Jabasha's Rare Books. It's a bookstore. If you'll agree to travel together with me there, I will answer your questions. But before we go, I beg of you to try to persuade these troublesome fools to leave us alone. Otherwise, I fear they will attack us the moment we try to leave. Who's this Jabasha fellow? Oh, Jabasha's a friend of mine. Khajiit. He owns Jabasha's Rare Books, which has a wide selection. He has a very passionate moral and political view, which he shares freely. As a result, he and his bookshop arouse strong feelings in some quarters. In his bookshop, with wide selection of rare books, well, the shop is here in the foreign quarter, and in the lower wasteworks, on the same level as here in the Black Shawl Corner Club, but down at the west end of the corridor. Yeah, I think I've been there. Anyways, I don't think these thugs will trouble us too much. Let's get out of here. Will you travel together with me to Jabasha's Rare Books? We leave the door to the foreign quarter wasteworks, turn right, west, continue down the hall and across the atrium on the same level, then follow the opposite corridor, west on the other side of the atrium, all the way to Jabasha's Books. I must warn you, unless these troublesome fools are persuaded to behave like civilized beings, there may be fighting and killing if we try to travel together. I got this. Thank you, friend, Valor Dreth. I'll follow you to Jabasha's Rare Books, and we'll speak further then. Huh. Seems like those guys were no fools whatsoever, or no trouble whatsoever. You said they were troublesome fools. Huh. They didn't seem to be all that troublesome to me. I gotta say, Valor, you're definitely quite the warrior. I mean, I guess I should have assumed that by that kind of armor you're wearing. Is that made of ice? Long story. Sorry for this fight here. No problem. We get fights like this, once a week or so. You know, the Kamanatong really is getting worse and worse by the day, so you're really doing us a favor, like, doing this kind of stuff. I see. Well, I suppose we should make our way to Jabasha's Rare Books. Then I guess I can search the place for a bit of a selection of books for myself. Especially if I'm investigating this kind of cult. Or cults, plural. Yes, thank you very much. We should be free from distraction here. Now, I said I'd tell you about the Neverine cult, so you can report back to Caius, and I don't know any, Six House cult, but I can't tell you what I know. Okay, tell me about this Neverine cult. I mean, it seems like to understand the Neverine cult, you must understand the history of the Ashlanders. Nerevar means very different to the Ashlanders. From what he means to Dunmer of the Great Houses, you should also know about the persecution of the Nerevarine and the legacy of the false incarnate, for the Nerevarine cult is at the heart of the ancient conflict between the nomadic Ashlanders and the settled Great House Dunmer. Here's a summary for Caius, but ask your questions and I'll answer in detail. So, let's see here. You mentioned the Nerevarine cult, which I suppose first off we should know the history of the Nerevarine, or history of Ashlanders at least. In the first era, the nomadic Ashlanders and the settled Dunmer clans were much alike, but all to the First Council and the formation of the Great Houses, Ashlanders have been steadily forced into the poorest and most hostile lands. Now, nomadic tribes look at it to the prophesized return of Nerval for a restoration of their ancient rights and religious traditions. I think I remember my father mentioning stuff about that. Oh, is your father part of the Ashlanders? Oh, let's talk about the persecution of the Nerevarine. Now, the temple treats the Nerevarine prophecies as heresy, and the temple imprisons and executes heretics unless prevented by imperial law. But since the Nerevarine cult is hostile to the Empire does not interfere when the temple persecutes the cult. Ashlanders hate the temple, and particularly the Ordinators, for their ruthless treatment of the Nerevarine cult. And lastly, you mentioned the false incarnate. Yes. In the past, some have claimed to be the reincarnated Nerevar. The most recent is known as Peakstar, a figure of legend among the waits for the last 30 years. The temple says these false incarnates disprove the prophecies, since the false incarnates fail and come to nothing but the mythical Nerevarine cult glorifies rather than shrinks some contradictions, citing the appearances of failed incarnates as certain proof of Nerevar's coming rebirth. Well, isn't that something? I suppose I've learned a good bit. Now I suppose since I'm here in this bookstore, I can peruse the wares and look for anything that suits my fancy. Suppose I could learn a thing or two. I mean, some of these books seem like they don't really mean quite a lot. Seem like baseline stuff around here. I guess some of the good stuff must be in the back, huh? Or in the lower stores. What's this? Progress of Truth. Descendant Priests. Ashlander Traditions. Denial of the Prophecies. Hey, this stuff seems to line up quickly, quite well with what I am looking for. I suppose if I just took that, no one would be missing it. I mean, if I'm going to be persecuted, what's this? Feel like I understand how to use my medium armor a bit better reading that one. Now.
Let's not make this official, Outlander. Move along.
I am. You'll have no trouble from me. I'm just taking a gander, that's all. That's just complete gibberish right there. Only a madman would want something like that. Hmm.
Keep moving.
Well, gotta say, it's quite the collection here.
Why do you approach?
I think I like your collection, Jabasa.
Thank you, friend. You don't know how much that means. Now please be kind in my library.
Of course, of course. I would hate to damage anything or take anything that doesn't belong to me. Though honestly, I feel like they wouldn't miss this book, and honestly, I feel like it might be quite important. It does seem to talk about the very same prophecies I need to investigate. The very same cults I need to investigate. Now I need to make my way to St. Olms to go find a Khajiit by the name of Rear. Ugh. Well, she's a Thieves Guild operative. She might be residing down the sewers. I suppose I could search for there first. Nice stroll right by the Redwern Canton. Gotta say, Vivek does look quite nice here in the day. I'd actually like to live here. Wouldn't be too bad of a spot. Though I suppose I do have my own home, don't I? Now, this here's St. Delin. So over here would be St. Olms. So now I have to head upstairs to probably head downstairs, but shouldn't be too far. And who are you standing in the middle of the hallway with a skirt on? I'm looking for a friend of mine, a female Khajiit named Riar. Do you know where I can find her? I don't know if I trust you with that level of information. Well, she's probably hiding out in the canal works. Perusing the sewers wouldn't be too bad. I don't think there'll be anyone else down here. At least anyone else that wouldn't belong. Oi, you. Do you know a Khajiit by the name of Rear? Hey, watch where you swing that thing. Is this a shrine down here? Full of Daedra. Whoa, become my mantle once more. Yes, Valor Dreth. Use us for the power you need. Honestly, I mostly just need you for healing magic. Oh. Well, hey, I mean, I guess it's
something.
Yeah, it's something. Guess I'll use this regeneration effect and plop on down in here, though. Honestly, I feel like I would need Jolene's teachings if I want to actually have a better chance at actually casting this spell, even though I am a bit of a restorationist, being a master healer.
Yeah, it's just, I guess you kinda need the magicka, huh? And I guess I'm kinda just the only tool you have for more magicka.
Yeah, it's just kind of like that, you know? Alright, let's kick some butt. Man, you guys are weak. Where are you even swinging at me? Is that a Daedric longsword? And hey, that looks like it might be quite useful. Fortify axe and medium armor. And Daedric longsword. I suppose if I just drop that off here, I might sell it later. Or I might even take that back to my house. Oi, anyone else in here? Ah! You stupid crossbowmen. Curse you Imperials. Marksman and Longblade. Well. Suppose orc strength is good and all, but honestly. Medium armor. Then I guess I can put on my proper robes. Get everything repaired. There we go. I'm sorry to stuff you down there like that, but you know how it is. In fact, guess I'll equip you just one last time. Alright, back in the satchel with you.
I will rise one day, Valor Dreth. Mark my words.
Ooh, free gems. Ugh. Strange, I almost kind of saw that Dremor Lord coming from a mile away. I mean, this Ebony short sword might get sold for quite the pretty little penny. Raw ebony. Well, I suppose it's time to continue the search for this Khajiit. Suppose I can remember that I have some stuff dropped off. Finding a Khajiit in the sewer. Kinda like finding a needle in a haystack. Only if the haystack was covered in manure. Ugh. Probably shouldn't be stepping in the water for that long, huh? Ugh. Honestly smells like the inside of a guar's anus. Seems like the other side of that had a bridge that led this way, so maybe I was kind of on the right track and I just went the wrong way. But hey, I cleared out a whole dungeon. A whole shrine. I mean, what shrine was this even for? Down here in the St. Olms Canton, I mean, it was a shrine to to Mehrunes Dagon. Ugh. Not exactly the best kind of person to worship. I mean, my uncle worshipped him, or at least got some power from him. That's how he's able to drive the centaur race to extinction. I suppose. Oh. Well, you must be the Khajiit I'm looking for. So, great. So Caius says to you, speak with Adrir. And you have done this thing. You are speaking to Adrir. But Adrir will not speak to you about the Nervreen or the Six House cult. Because why? Because Adrir is at this moment, the very moment, very distracted by a nice Exus ancient who also wants to speak with her. Oh yeah, you mean that guy in the dress upstairs? Yes, yes. You know him? Well, anyways, they're the collectors of the Emperor's taxes and tariffs. And the Emperor has outlawed trade in many things, like Dwemer artifacts and ebony, and the Census and Exus agent will enjoy being a pest about such things for several reasons. A Census and Exus agent is not Adrir's favorite person. If you want Adrir to help you, make the bad agent go away. Then she'll tell you things. Alright, I think I understand now. So if I want to get some information, I'm going to have to tell this guy to dip to the next town over, huh? Or at least I could tell him a story. You know, that assassination attempt, I was kind of told that there's someone who's like an expert in the mainland. What was that place, Mournhold? Yeah, I think I got an idea. Yes, as I said, I am looking for a friend of mine, a female Khajiit named Adrir. I thought you might be able to tell me where to find her. Oh, yeah, I actually know of her. Really? Yes, her name's Adrir, and she's a Khajiit. You know where I can find her? Yeah, so she went down to Ebonheart and, took a boat over to, what was it? She said she was going to Blacklight, and then she was going to take a Silt Strider down to some place called Mournhold, so I'd go searching there. Ugh, what a disappointment. But thank you for your time. I was just heading back to the mainland myself anyways. Maybe I'll run into her there. Yeah, maybe you will. Maybe you will. Sucker. That'll send them on a wild goose chase, and who knows, maybe Sithis assassins will stab him 37 times in the chest, and he won't be a problem for anyone else. That's such a strange thought. Why would I think... Never mind. Alright, Arir. So, you're the one Arir must thank for getting rid of the annoying Cissus Nexus agent. Indeed, Arir's very glad to see you. Very happy to tell a friend of my good friend Caius all about the Six House cult. And Arir knows nothing about the Neverine, but Arir is happy to tell you that too, if it makes Caius happy. Ask away, friend Valor Dreth. Okay, so you're an expert of the Sixth House, right? Yes, Arir knows about it because, well, it's about smuggling. Some smart smugglers are suddenly too busy for their old clients, but they have a new employer, the Sixth House, who pays very well. But what do they smuggle now? Adrir doesn't know, because they are very secret. But this is odd, because these smugglers are always loud and bragging, and now they hush up like a fat-bellied kitties full of sweet meats. So it's literally just all smuggling business, huh? Yep, smuggling. Big business. The Empire says that the trade, we can't trade skooma, moon sugar, ebony, Dwemer artifacts, exotic Dunmer weapons, and armor, and slaves. So, smugglers trade these things. Smugglers also smuggle grief, Shine and Sujama to avoid Imperial attacks. And now the Sixth House hires smugglers. Though what they smuggle, Rear cannot say. I see, I see. Do you know anything of the Nervrine, at least? Oh, yes, the Rear knows the silly Nervrine cult is just a silly superstition, so you can tell Kai is this, and nobody in their right mind pays any attention to this moon-yolling prophecies and ancient heroes reborn and other silliness. Fuzzy tales for little kiddies. I see, I see.
Greetings.
Well, I suppose now I should get out of this dung-infested sewer and go speak with the one known as Maramilo up in the library of Vivek, in the Hall of Wisdom. I don't know if I've actually been there all that many times, and hey, you're a merchant, I can sell stuff to you. Oh, hey, welcome back. What can I get for you? Hey, you want a blade that's imbues with fire magic? Here, I have a dagger too. I suppose that is quite a good little amulet there. I cannot believe I already have that I have that amulet and I'm not using it. Oh man, I got a lot of stuff here, huh? I guess that can get sold. Oh, that's... Huh. That can get sold. That I guess I can keep. Definitely got some interesting items here, but I can sell a lot of this stuff, huh? Well, this is a lot of jewelry. I don't know if I can afford it all. Oh, right. I guess, I should take some of this stuff off your hands, huh? That seems like a more fair price. Alright, alright. Now, time to head upwards to... then downwards and head on over to... this little temple, huh? The Temple of Vivek. If the stories I've heard are true from my father, it is said that here in Vivek, right beyond this temple, there actually is a god by the name of Vivek that lives in some high-up staircase. Never quite been there though, so I don't know if the stories are true. Now... alright, so this seems like the librarian.
My time is precious, so make it
Are you
quick.
Maramilo? Oh, yes, I'm Maramilo. Kaya sent you? Follow me into the back end of the library so we can talk there. We can't talk here. Of course, of course. Oh yes, these books are exactly what I'm looking for. Alright. Okay, go ahead. I'm afraid I don't know anything about the Sixth House cult, but I can tell you about the Nervrine cult. Splendid. I mean, I don't know a lot about the Sixth House cult, but I guess I could know more about this Nervrine, huh? The temple worships Nervar as a Satan hero, but prophecies of the reincarnation are punished as wicked heresy. The Nervrine cult claims the tribunal are false gods, hence the tribunal's, the temple's persecution of the Nervrine cult. A group called the Dissonant Priests distribute temple doctrine of the Nervrine prophecies. The prophesized book, Progress of Truth, describes their beliefs. Get a copy of Progress of Truth for Caius Casades. That will tell him things he needs to know about the Nervrine cult. You know, I actually got the Progress with me. Oh, well, this book is great. That's actually awesome because this book lists the disputes of the dissonant priests with the tribunal temple doctrines. The temple has outlawed the sale of possession of this book. So it'll be hard to find. I am honestly surprised you got a copy. I mean, I suppose you must have got it from some kind of rare bookseller. I mean, I don't know where though. I mean, they wouldn't be here in Vivek, so I just don't know. Hey, I don't know a lot about the dissonant priests. Think you can give me the upbeat? Oh yeah. So the dissonant priests dispute temple doctrine and are outlawed and persecution of the temple ordinators, arrest and imprison heretics. The Empire cannot interfere. Progress of Truth lists their benefits, their beliefs in brief. They challenge the purity of divinity of tribunal, suggesting their powers are sorcerous, not divine, and perhaps akin to the powers of Dagothur. They also condemn the arbitrary power of the ordinators and accuse the temple hierarchy of self-interest and corruption. You know, mention this Dagothur. I think I've heard of him before, but I don't know from where and what he is. Oh, well, Dagothur is an evil immortal, enemy of the Tribunal Temple. The temple holds Dagothur as his host, accountable for all the evils that best the Dunmer and Morrowind. Dagothur dwells in fiery caverns beneath Red Mountain, served by his kin called ash vampires and by legions of deformed monsters. I see. That actually tells me a lot more about the Six House cult than what I've actually been told. Yes, I think this book would do fine. Thank you. There, that's your cover story. Alright. Now, I suppose I have to get out of here, huh? I guess I should drop by St. Olm's one last time. Go down to that area and grab that sword, those two swords, so I can deliver them to my house and at least store them up somewhere where I can sell them off later.
I'm waiting.
This is southward. I don't need to go northward. Because St. Olm's is this way. I mean, man. Vivek is quite massive. You know, if there's a shrine, a Daedric shrine underneath St. Olm's. I wonder if there's a Daedric shrine underneath St. Dellen. Though honestly, there's not a lot going on in St. Dellen, so I don't really have much of a reason to check. Well, anywho. Yeah, it seems that... Yeah, he truly is gone. Guess he truly took that boat in Evanhart straight over to Blacklight. And he's probably going to, be going to Mournhold soon, and he's probably going to get destroyed by who knows what goblins, maybe. I've heard they got a presence. Quite a nasty one, too. I do believe the cult shrine must be across the sewers over here. Right. Yep, this is the place. That's where that guardsman I tried to politely ask lies. Well, I suppose I should rest up here for a bit. Alright. This stuff's gonna be heavy, ain't it? Not too bad. Now. Ugh. Quite a heavy, ash storm out here. Let's see if my house is fully constructed quite yet. I mean, the exterior is definitely built up, but The interior is probably going to take a while. He's still out here, huh? Well, that sucks. I suppose I can make my way back to my hostel and put stuff away there. And that damn banner, I thought it was a cliff racer for a minute. Although I suppose I could also just use some of this stuff to enchant some goods. I mean, got soul gems, I just need to get some way to soul trap. I guess I do have a scroll of soul trap. The what exactly to soul trap is the question. What enchantments do I actually make for myself? Guess I'll have to think long and hard on this, huh? Well, suppose heading in here shouldn't be too bad. I mean, I guess I don't have long left in my hostel. My house being constructed. By the day, it should be built up quite quickly, relatively quickly at least. I do believe this is where my hostel is. Alright. Now to stow some of my stuff away. Got a Daedric longsword. An ebony short sword. Can rest up for quite a bit. He's back. What do you want from me? There are many rooms in the house of the master. Be easy, for from the hand of your enemies I have delivered you. What? Is that me? What? No. No, get away from me. Get away from my corpse. Please. Please bring me back. I need my body. I need to live. I must. Can hardly sleep. I feel like time is barely passing. These dreams are a nightmare. And future me do another blackout. Please get out of my head. Out of my dreams. Get away from me. Don't touch me, you fiend. Get me out of here. My legs are stuck. Help! Away! Away! No! I gotta sleep. I gotta get some rest. I can't just keep standing here and I need more rest. More rest than that. These nightmares are gone. For a moment I didn't think they would ever go away. Now, I should head back to Balmora. I do believe Caius is going to be happy to see the kind of notes I gathered. Though honestly, I don't know if I'm happy with these nightmares that keep popping up. I mean, this happens at a constant rate. I fear I might go mad. Fear I might do something I would regret. Well, the Mage's Guild ain't getting any cheaper, but
Well, this should be interesting.
beats walking or using the Silt Strider and taking forever. And the teleportation service is always cheaper than the Silt Strider. Even if the mages absolutely despise you for being a veteran meathead. Well, I suppose I should make my way back to Caius.
Speak, traveler.
Hello there.
Hello, friends. I'm, Bolinorval.
Oh, cool.
Welcome to Balmora.
Yep, I've been here before. Thanks. Oh, that guy seemed, oddly friendly. That was the strangest thing. I could have sworn that guy, I guess, might have been a friend of his that was some weird end-time doom speaker crying about Dagothar's return or something. Well, Caius, got the packages right here. Oh, you're to discuss your orders? Yep, take a look at these. Oh, nice, you have your report. And I'll make copies of your notes from Hulia and the Progress of Truth. Give me time to read all these, and digest all these. In the meantime, I'm promoting you to Journeyman. You're doing good work. Here are 200 drakes. Go and treat yourself to a new pair of shoes. And go do some jobs for the guilds or freelance works, just to keep your cover story current. Or get some training. Then, when you're fit and rested, come back and I'll have new orders for you.
Well met.
And honestly, you're still cool if I bunk here, right? I mean, yeah, you got a house, don't you? In Alrune. Oh, that's quite a far ways away. Yeah, it really is. Well, I suppose I do have times to, head out back and smoke. I did actually rest up quite well, so I guess it's your turn to hit the hay. Alright. I feel like this whole adventure is starting to become a nightmare, though.